Like I said before, my name is Ken Bargender. I live here in the city of Marshfield. I'm a member of the Marshfield Historic Preservation Association. And today I am portraying Gabriel Lupient. Okay? Gabriel Lupient was a Civil War soldier who eventually settled here in Marshfield. All right? So we'll start out with his early years. He was born in 1840 in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. But he was raised in Portage, Wisconsin, which is about 100 miles, 90 miles south of here. All right? And at age 23, he joined the Union Army. And he joined the Wisconsin 2nd Infantry Division, or regiment, I should say. And he joined the Company G. All right? He served in the Union Army from the fall of 1863 till May 5th, 1864. And I was wounded in the Battle of the Wilderness. All right? And that happened on my birthday. And I was wounded with a lead bullet, just about like this. I was wounded in my right arm, and the wound was so bad that the regimental surgeon said he could not save the arm. So guess what he had to do? He had to amputate my arm. That means he had to take off my arm to save my life. But I was happy just to be alive. Many soldiers did not survive the Civil War. So, after my wounds healed, I went back to Portage, Wisconsin, and I married a lady called Mary Cushing. This is Mary right here, her name. And we lived in Portage, Wisconsin for a time, and eventually we got hired by Louis Rivers. Do you know who Louis Rivers is? You've heard of Louis Rivers? Okay. And we got hired to work at his hotel in Necedah, Wisconsin. So we worked at the hotel in Necedah, Wisconsin for Louis and Frank Rivers. And then Louis Rivers was hired by the Fox Improvement Company to build living quarters and a hotel for the railroad, the Central Wisconsin Limited, that they were gonna expand the line from Stevens Point through to Ashland. And this is a picture of the hotel that Louis Rivers built, and he invited my wife and I to come to Marshfield to help finish this and to work there. And do you know where this was? Anyone know where this was? Okay, do you know where Hudson's Bar and Grill is right now? Okay, in the parking lot, there's a historical plaque, and it says Founders Square. That's where this was located. All right. Well, Mary and I, we lived here in Marshfield, and we worked and helped at that hotel for some time. But then eventually I found out that as a Civil War veteran that I could get free land up near Curtis, Wisconsin. I could homestead that land for free. So I moved everyone up to Curtis, Wisconsin. Curtis, Wisconsin is about 30 miles northwest of here. So we lived there till 1883. Then we moved to the Dakotas, because I found out from people that the Dakotas was such a great place to live. But after we got to the Dakotas, I found out I didn't like it one bit. So we decided to come back to Marshfield. Brought the whole family back to Marshfield, and we went into the carpentry business with my family. And I lived in Marshfield until 1902. In 1902, I got very sick, and I passed away on New Year's Eve of 1902. All right? I was brought up to the cemetery here on horses and buggies and sleighs. And on the way back through Marshfield, the sleigh's runner broke on one of the sleighs, and the horses took off down Central Avenue, ran into another sleigh, which the minister was driving. That sleigh also flipped over. The minister fell out. The sleigh ran over to the top of the minister, and horses continued down Central Avenue. The horses eventually got tangled up in a fence, but all the people on the sleighs all survived with bumps and bruises. So that's my story.